Good morning, everybody. This is Dan Hussey with EURJPY.com, bringing you our London session morning report at for September 4th, 2013. Let's take a look at the FTSE and the DAX first. Specifically the DAX, because it's very similar to the S&P right now. We've had, from a 4-hour perspective, we've held the, traded, or we're looking to trade down into the full long for the summer. The S&Ps have traded this level already, but the DAX it has not. The DAX has also traded the full short off of its prior high before trading this long. So that's a little bit of a bearish undertone here. So we'll see what happens. Going down to 15-minute chart, we have a full short that is also traded at the 8205s, looking basically for short-term targets down at 8105, at least in the near term. So, we've already come up off of these 8205s and looking for that 100 point move down to the 8105s for our 15-minute trend. The FTSE has already traded that full halfway back long level of its summer lows to highs, and we are holding that next in the series, as well as the short off of our prior highs at 65.32s. So again, downside targets here in the near term of a 64.17. The FTSE's more like, okay, let's watch what happens here. The DAX actually has some actionable setups, so we're going to monitor those into the morning session. The S&P 500 has traded off of its ambush short. Keep in mind it's coming up off of the 1630, that full halfway back long. The 1646s have gotten free, broken shorts. We've come back down into support here at the 1630s. And we've traded today, we traded up into the Globex short of the high to low, and defended a 61.8 line. So we have downside targets at 1626 for a 15-minute trend, and then down to 1614, 1613 area on multiple time frames, confluence of fib levels. So, and keep in mind, this is all against this really, really big full four excuse me, this big 4-hour long, which is your summer full pullback here. So very similar to, the DAX and what it's doing. Going out to the 4-hour chart, you can see exactly what I mean. Full short, short after, short after. This is that big full long in green. Very similar type setups here against all of our indices, which is expected. Continue to monitor the 15 minutes trend there. The pound, the British pound, coming off of the 157.19 swing highs to these 154.28 lows. We have traded up and into the full short. We've also retested a much larger daily short level, this big dotted short here at the 156 handle. So that's what we're kind of running up into and have found as resistance once more. We've downside targets of the 53.59s, the 53.60 area. So a smaller time frame, we traded into the long here. I'm putting that up as a as a watch because we've seen it get a reaction, but the shorts traded first. But I'm not going to, we're not going to be stupid here and totally ignore the fact that, shoot. Go down to a 15-minute chart just today alone. No real full long, but we'll see what happens. The euro. Coming up off of a swing highs at the 33.99 to 34 highs. We held a full short. Next in the series, short traded to and through targets. We then began extension shorts. Extensions begin when a traditional breaks out of its targets. The 33.06 anchor to lows. Traded extension shorts once, twice, 3 times. The third time it traded was a bit of a front run, but it did. We were considering this 6-pip front run as traded. It went 2 targets. Same anchor, new low, never traded. This was way too aggressive. Now we're talking 12 pips, and 12 to 18 pips. That's too much. So we began monitoring the $32.20 anchor to lows. And this is the 131.80. This extension short, 15-minute time frame here. We have downside targets of the 132s. Or 130, 120. I can't read today. We've held a full long off of the lows, which again I need to put on this as a watch because the short traded first, and we've been in shorts. So I hate when longs hold without a short trading. Makes things a little tough, but nevertheless. Stepping out to a big 4-hour chart here, I want to remind people that we are looking for the support, potential support at the 131 level. This is a big 4-hour ambush long. I find it tough to take a level like this, knowing that we are in shorts off of highs, because ultimately, stepping back to a daily, we've come up off of this 28.70 daily long a few times, and we've failed to hold full longs. So we have it's also against this swing daily short, which is again also against a very large long. So some mixed signals, considering this short is still holding, but I see a condensing range in the euro. I see a powder keg waiting to happen for the US dollar, one way or the other. It'll be really interesting to see how we come out of this, but no matter what, we're still on 15-minute extension shorts with downside targets of the 31.20s from here. So about 50 pips lower for the euro. the Aussie US dollar. Just a complete short squeeze. The only discernible trend I've seen us hold is we had the long we held was a Globex long. It was just the day's low to high. Next in the series, entry lows to target highs traded, bit of a front run, but did trade 2 targets. Next in the series was entry lows to target highs here, traded and held again. Let's see, went 2 and 3 targets without trading into the next in the series. So now we're drawing for an extension drawn from the 90 72s anchor to highs here. We held the extension once to targets. Now same anchor, new high. Is the pull on the Aus US dollar as we are just continuing to short squeeze. We have broken the full short, so there's a potential for an ambush long now, but ultimately we are rallying back up into our extension shorts, which is drawn from this extension short is from the 4-hour time frame, drawn from a 95.28 anchor to lows, and it's traded once to target, twice to target, same anchor, new low here for a third time, traded at the 91.90 area. We have downside targets of the 87, so this could be a larger consolidation at lows, squeezing back up into the 92s, then we come back down to fill the gap, and then back up as we retest lows. I mean, the last time the Aussie traded in a large range like this was pretty much the entire month of July. So we've seen the Aussie, yes, from a larger time frame, it's kind of losing its downside momentum, but that doesn't mean by any means that the Aussie is not currently still in shorts. It's just hasn't given you an opportunity to get in, as there's been a nice short squeeze here. So we're going to continue to monitor this in the 15-minute time frame, but it's basically yesterday's high to today's high is the extension pull, and we have support down at the 91 area. Below 90s, we'd be looking for support down back at the 9,000 area. Otherwise, looking for a pullback now. Doesn't mean sell it, but if you want to hop in on the trend, this is the trend. The dollar yen, from a daily perspective, we're coming up off of a 94 support level with a 108 target. We do seem to be just heading sideways, and it's kind of a conical, triangle pattern. It certainly is bullish, has bullish continuation tones for the US dollar. Going down to a 15-minute chart here, we're able to identify an extension pull that has held once already. Same anchor, new high here in a front run. Potentially held again down here at the 99.20 area. So a 4-pip front run at the 99.24 is traded as our low. Inside of this level, we traded a full short that broke, and then the full long defended and held support down here. Here you go. It went to target. Now we're again off of yesterday's low. We did a full pullback again. So we're seeing the longs, the full pullbacks get reaction still, whereas shorts continuing to fail. Every high, the short fails, and you see longs hold, right? Kind of a very archaic definition of a trend. The euro yen, honestly looking for a pullback down to the 130.40 area. This is a really kind of important ambush long. The reason I say this is stepping back out to a 4-hour time frame. We have held a ambush long drawn from the 124.96 swing anchor lows to highs here at the 32.75s. Defended a 6.218 line, but then we broke shorts off highs and longs off lows. Now we've brought shorts off highs again, and longs off lows. We really hope to see support here to, kind of, because we went, broke short, broke long. It's almost, and then broke short again. That's the pattern that occurs with a sideways or a wedge. You break both sides, 6 to 8 lines, and typically it's an odd number of times that occurs, which represents your A, B, C, D, E waves, your 5 swings. But nevertheless, it's shaping up very similarly to what's going on in the dollar on like a daily or larger time frame as well. So, which kind of is a reason why the dollar has been able to rally against the euro. So obviously the euro yen has been unable to sustain a solid move, whereas the the euro has continued to sell off the euro US dollar, and we see it coming off of the 31.80 level yet again here on the euro US dollar. The Aussie yen is one of the more intriguing crosses right now. We are rallying into the big 4-hour extension short right here. This is do or die for the short. Above an 82.60 area, breaks the short, and breaking that short could lead to a rather substantial short squeeze. We'd be looking to be buyers in the pullback for the ambush long. It'd be really it's going to be a wild ride, because this is a major trend we've been kind of following, and it's been a really one of the things about this summer and some of the big moves we've been tracking is that they are very large levels, and very large levels take a long time to play out, to break, to and to even begin. So with that being said, let's go over the 4-hour chart for the Aussie yen. And you can kind of see what we've been tracking and what we've been talking about and why it's been maybe a difficult trade for some. We had extension shorts that took us down and into a full long off of full next in series long in the Aussie yen. Same anchor new low traded a second time. 2 targets. Same anchor new low a third time, drawn from the 96.06 anchor to 86.42 lows. Has a 91, go down to 15-minute chart here, so you can see at the 91.23 resistance. This is a major 50% line, one that has 140 pips. Has a 140 pip invalidation level, so it's a long ways off. But we are able to discern a trend that took us to this level. And it was an 88.50 anchor to highs that traded once to target, twice to target. After that, we held a traditional after, which means we are concerned with now, from a 15-minute standpoint, an extension long drawn from the 89.94s to highs. We are, however, able to reverse engineer here a more aggressive extension drawn from the 90.50s anchor to highs that has traded once to target, it looks like here. Same anchor new highs, as we are going into those targets, will be drawn up here shortly. But we are trading now into this major 91.20 resistance zone for the for the Aussie yen. This is a really big level. The significance of this level is not so much in trading it, in as so much as it is what we're looking for if we break it. Above the 92.40s, we'd look for the full ambush long. And that type of pullback is the juiciest of all trades in my arsenal. It's the type of trade that I could potentially be in for a swing for, to like a 113 area. We're talking, almost over, 10,000 pips. The type of trade that earns positive carry for the next few years, because you timed it right and could get in. So, we'll see what happens. But we are trading into that resistance, and I would consider this level now filled right here. I would consider that to be the short, now officially trading. It's been a long time coming, but wow, this will be very interesting as a 5 pip front run now trades of this area, 5 to 10 pips. We can go same anchor new high on this extension. So we have support levels now at the 90.80s, the 90.55s, and then not much below until our gap fills. Alright, everybody, that's all I've got for you right now. So that concludes our London morning report. Oh, you know what? Let's look at the Euro Aussie. Gold, I don't have much more to say about gold in the near term. So we have actually a very, very nice trend off of our prior highs in the Euro Aussie, going out to an hourly chart. We held it first a micro short off highs. We then had a next in the series short, traded 2 targets. Next in the series, traded, went 2 and through targets. Now we began extensions, excuse me, from the 147.67 anchor to lows, once, twice, 3 times. Traded 2 and through targets. Began new extensions from the 46.16s. Only traded once and have blown through the downside target. Going down to a 15-minute chart so we can see this more clearly. We're now looking for a brand new extension drawn from the 145.10 to lows. So we're really starting to run away here to the short side. We're starting to dip into a traditional long. I don't like this level. I would rather see the Euro Aussie trade down and into the 41 area. So we'll see what happens. But I definitely can make the case for a support level here, particularly if we get a break in the trend off of the highs. That's what will be important. Okay, and that break does not occur. I'm going back down up to the 15-minute chart. Does not occur until this extension breaks, drawn from the 45.10 anchor to lows. Okay, so there you have it. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We'll have looks like we're gonna have some good price action. Probably a pretty lively day. But that concludes our London morning report. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back with you as price action develops.